Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your girl T. We back with another video, and my question is I'm still talking about, with this trade with Minkah, Jalen Ramsey. We got Jonnu Smith. I just don't understand what's our obsession with getting used up as players, and then people like players that's literally done with their careers at the end of their prime. I don't understand what's our obsession with those players. But I guess the front office know, Mike Tomlin, the coaches know what they're doing. That's why I'm not a coach or a GM, I guess you want to say, but I don't understand this whole process. I get it with the Minkah situation where he was the most cap. He did have the most money in the cap space as well as TJ Watt. Those were we understand that. I heard that it was for money reasons. That's why they end up trading Minkah and shit like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel now about the defense because safety help is important. That role is important. Of course, last year Minkah didn't have really his best season, but at the same time, he was a big part on plays that we needed. And I'm saying I'm not even counting the bad season last year, but I mean, what about the seasons before that? He's only 28. He's around my age. He'll be 27 in November. I'm not 27, 29. I'm 29. He'll be 29 like myself. I'm a little bit older than him, but he still is young. So you sending him back to the Dolphins, I feel like that's a setback for him. But at the same time, they did, the front office did what they needed to do, and that was their choice. That was the decision that they made, and that's that. But at the end of the day, I'm still critique this team. I just feel like, why would you, Mike Tomlin loved Minkah Fitzpatrick. I just felt like, why would you let him walk like that? I don't understand why would you let him walk. But I get it. He took up the cap space as well as TJ Watt. They, on the other hand, they got a extension they gotta do for TJ Watt. But at this point, I don't know. I haven't got any updates about it. We haven't heard anything about it. Them being in talks. So I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. But at this point, with the way we going, you might as well just go ahead and rebuild. I will rebuild the whole team since we getting rid of leaders and shit off the defense. But like I said, you got Darius Slay, Jalen Ramsey. Those guys are veterans, so they can help. On a positive note, they can help Joey Porter in certain situations. You try to help that man get a little bit better. Joey Porter he's good, but sometimes them penalties be hurting. It be hurting us in games. But I feel like with Darius and Ramsey there and that veteran help them two have, their experience, that's a good thing. Even with Benny Mitchell, they can help him out a little bit as well as the other corners we have on our squad. So I'm going to take that as a positive in that situation. But as far as with Minkah in the safety position, I don't know. If you ask me, do I have faith in the safety, our defense when it comes to the safety help and all that? I don't know. I can't really give you guys an answer. I know we got Juwan. We signed Juwan. And we just gave Elliott, some money. We re-signed him. So we're going to have to see how this goes this year. I don't know, man. That position where Minkah played, it's gonna be some tough shoes to fill for sure. Even if I'm not saying we will not sign, T.J. Watt, but on the other hand, you do got Jack Sawyer, so he's young. He's a young kind of guy. If you look at him on the tape, his highlights, he plays a little similar like T.J. Watt, a little similar with the script fumbles and all that. But we will see, man. When the season coming soon, y'all. We in it for a ride. So I'm just gonna sit back. For me, as a Steelers fan, I'm gonna sit back and be an observer. And then I'm gonna critique. That's what I do on here. We love the Steelers up and down, but I just feel like it's not enough Steelers content creators like myself that really critique this team and so on. They just make their videos like, oh yeah, this is good in here and there. They say the good things about it, but they don't really put the bad, critique it actually like I do. Like, I'm speaking for reality and what I see on the field and off the field and how the front office works, how the coaching, I'm speaking of that. I feel like that's why I think a lot of some of the Steelers fans, they don't want to see the reality of what this team is. But like I said, I told myself I'm just gonna sit back this season and watch it play out. I already know my answer. Like I said, I've been right last year, year before that, and the year before that about this team. But I'm gonna sit back and observe, and let y'all do the talking, and I make my videos, do my recaps. We'll see, man. Like I said, I will miss Minkah Fitzpatrick. I don't know about other people. That's cool that y'all won't miss him. Some people ain't gonna miss him. Some people like he wasn't good, but he wasn't good last year. And I just stated that too. In the video, for those of you that don't actually watch the video, I actually stated that he didn't have a good year last year. But he still plays a big part in that role, in that position, that safety position. That's a big ass loss. And that's my opinion. It might not be your opinion, but it's my opinion that position that he had, that role that he played in on the defensive side, and the leadership that he had, that's a big role. That's a big loss. Like I said, it's my opinion. You might not agree, but cool. We're gonna move on about it. And we got new members to the team. We got Jalen Ramsey. We got Juno Smith. I believe they gave us a late round pick for 2027. So that's that. Let me know in the comment section how you guys are feeling about the safety role, the safety position. What you guys think? Do you think we're going to be okay in that position, or are we going to have to move over, make some rearrangements? I feel like, have somebody, rotate. You know what I'm saying? Rotate. I don't know. I've been hearing like they might let Ramsey play safety. I don't know if that's true, but I seen like a little article about that. But we'll see, man. I feel like that's the way to go. Rotate. You're gonna have to rotate some players on defense now. If we don't extend T.J. Watt and us just losing Minkah Fitzpatrick at the safety role. But let me know. You think the safety role gonna be just fine, or you think we're gonna have to rotate? We're gonna have to be rotating a lot of people on defense. Let me know in the comment section, and I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.